Just to be clear, you said on like way later.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say on. I meant to say like okay, but you said on, so then I said on.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello.
Is this yours or mine?
This is yours.
So we're back to do SCPs. This is none of the ones that I suggested to my wife. And she kind of went off the walls and picked it.
It was on the list.
God for Pigs.
Maybe I added it to the list.
Why would you go to such a random, terrible name?
I didn't mean to. It was just on the list, but I think I added it to the list.
A God for Pigs definitely sounds like a line from like a sci-fi book, you know, where they're making fun of humans and they're reading the Bible, and that's just like an off, like, you know, they were just talking to each other casually over dinner, just like, the God for Pigs.
Wait, which SCP did you suggest?
No, that's the one we're going to watch. A God for Pigs, because my wife said let's do it. So here we are, our entrance back into SCPs after a couple months, at least for me.
If it helps, the thumbnail was like mad creepy.
I guess. Here we go. Happy Halloween to you. And let's get started, I guess. Anything to defend yourself or what?
I think that this one is going to be really good. I can feel it in my bones, which pigs would eat if they could. By the way, fun fact.
Yeah, they don't care about you.
Pigs eat people.
They don't care about you, dude. They do. They could love. But then when you die, they don't have any concept that it's your body and they'll consume you whole.
Good afternoon, everyone.
That is disgusting.
My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-4495. Object class, Keter. Threat level, yellow.
The fuck is a threat level?
I've been gone for so long, there's a new freaking thing. Gosh.
Now there's new designations of threat.
Following the regular implementation of Procedure 610 Sinclair, SCP-4495 has achieved sufficient ectoentropic stability and is no longer considered at risk of instigating an NK-class scenario.
Isn't that a world
Legacy
ending one?
containment procedures are kept on record in the event that 610 Sinclair is no longer viable.
Huh. Okay.
Special containment procedures. Relevant personnel are to execute Procedure 610 Sinclair on a daily basis, and maintenance personnel are to inspect SCP-4495's containment chamber on a bi-weekly basis. SCP-4495 is contained inside of a 3-tiered cell, each tier separated by a graded floor.
Okay.
SCP-4495 resides on the top tier, strapped into an alcove in the southern wall. SCP-4495's stomach is positioned at an acute angle with respect to the floor, allowing SCP-4495-1 to immediately fall through the grating upon generation. To prevent the buildup of stuck instances of SCP-4495-1, the grating is to be sprayed hourly by a series of built-in pressure washers. The top tier is to remain refrigerated in the interests of reducing miasma.
What?
The middle tier contains a combination grinder and incinerator. Instances of SCP-4495-1 are forced into the machine through a funnel, emerging from the bottom as a temporarily inert paste. This process takes under 10 minutes. The bottom tier contains implements required for Procedure 610 Sinclair. Should Procedure 610 Sinclair become non-viable, SCP-4495-1 paste is to be pressed as thinly as possible, vacuum sealed, and stored in Site-56's provisional storage wing. Relevant personnel are to read Document 4495-610 at the nearest opportunity.
I think we might need to take a perusing of that document. So, the SCP is at the top of this graded structure where little parts of it pop out.
I'm thinking it's got to be like babies, right?
And they get filtered down like a little shake filter, like they use for
a meat grinder. My stomach is so sick right now.
Yeah.
Description: SCP-4495 is the partially decomposed corpse of an unidentified cryptid. Superficially, it resembles a bipedal pig, clad in regal wear, reclining upon a throne. However, closer examination reveals that the throne figure, and rudiments all constitute a single immobile organism comprised of keratin, bone, and skin.
Okay.
SCP-4495's ventral torso has ruptured. Periodic contractions along its abdominal cavity continuously forces instances of SCP-4495-1 outward. Instances of SCP-4495-1 superficially resemble porcine intestines. SCP-4495-1 are animate and behave in a manner roughly analogous to pythons,
like snakes,
with the exception of extreme aggression in the presence of animal life. While instances of SCP-4495-1 can be damaged normally, they will reform if given enough time. Exposure to high temperatures delays this process, but does not halt it entirely. SCP-4495-1 can only be permanently destroyed through application of Procedure 610, Sinclair. Document 4495-610. Analysis of SCP-4495-1 and details of Procedure 610, Sinclair. Analysis of SCP-4495-1. The following is a full-scale analysis of SCP-4495-1, authorized on 26/08/2008 by Director Agatha Drummond and primarily conducted by Drs. Rivka Yarkoni and Daniel Gums. This study was taken under the following assumptions.
Daniel Gums is a stupid name. I understand that he said a lot of words before that. But Daniel Gums is a dumb name. You should change your name, Daniel. I'm just saying.
I'm glad you found something to laugh about in this.
Number 1. That SCP-4495 was either related to or intended to resemble a member of the Suidae family of animals. Number 2. That SCP-4495 could be considered alive, dead, or inanimate, but theories which claimed inanimacy must remain exclusive from ones suggesting a biological origin.
Sure.
Number 3. That if SCP-4495 could only be considered alive or dead, SCP-4495-1 was related to or intended to resemble animal intestines. Number 4. That SCP-4495 ran the risk of causing an NK-class Grey Goose scenario if a method of permanently destroying SCP-4495-1 was not developed. As stated in SCP-4495's description, SCP-4495-1 resemble porcine intestines. However, instances of SCP-4495-1 are variable in shape and size to the extent that, assuming SCP-4495-1 functions as a theoretical living instance of SCP-4495's intestines, SCP-4495 as a species would either have possessed a theoretically infinite number of vestigial digestive systems or a radically variable diet between individuals. SCP-4495-1 was initially subjected to several rounds of chemical testing. Initial reports concluded that SCP-4495-1 was chemically inert. However, as such a conclusion would necessitate the usage of anomalous disposal methods, the Pepper Protocol was invoked and chemical testing was to be continued for a period of 1 week. On 02/09/2008, junior researcher Malcolm Johnson violated quarantine protocols when he vomited on his respective batch of SCP-4495-1. Novel chemical reactions were immediately observed. Details of Procedure 610, Sinclair. 1. SCP-4495-1 paste is cleansed of grime through a food-safe cleaning mechanism.
Gross.
Number 2. The resulting paste is then reheated over a period of an hour at 400 degrees Celsius.
They're gonna eat it.
Nobody eats
Number
it.
3. Paste is separated into a series of measured portions depending on the culinary attitudes of the
They're
Foundation.
gonna fucking eat it.
No.
Number 4. Portions are to be fitted with fake casing. Number 5. Portions are to be served to
They're
Foundation personnel
going
on standard
to
diet plans
eat
in lieu of pork.
it.
6. Unsold portions are to be fed to D-Class personnel as part of URA 2677's containment protocols. Number 7. Uneaten portions of SCP-4495-1 are to be filtered out of Site-56's waste disposal system, thoroughly cleansed, and retreated with Procedure 610, Sinclair.
And I was trying to figure out why it had to be food safe. It's food safe because they're going to eat it. They tell you not to ask what's inside your sausage. They tell you, do not ask. And what's gross about this SCP is it answers a very important question that I've had. If we're going to assume there is all these D-class personnel, how do you feed them? And now I know. Now I know how they feed them. This is worse than that train movie. When you figure out how the people on the train movie eat their food, their nutrition bars.
You're talking about Snowpiercer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Worse than Snowpiercer. Let's see your face. Let's see your face. Let's see your... We're not done.
Extensive experimentation shows that SCP-4495-1 is culinarily similar to common pork, with superior nutritional benefits and lower levels of cholesterol and saturated fat.
That does not make me feel better.
That does not justify this.
Yeah.
This, in addition to its longevity,
Wow.
SCP-4495-1, treated with Procedure 610 Sinclair, does not decay and will remain inanimate for approximately 2 weeks without additional heat treatment. Most importantly, in addition to providing a better ratio of caloric content, consumption of SCP-4495-1 produces virtually no waste matter. A significant portion of SCP-4495-1 is essentially annihilated upon digestion.
Now I know that y'all have the technology to just make something that imitates stomach acid.
1 second.
Mass implementation of Procedure 610 Sinclair is projected to save a significant amount of money on culinary expenses. Disinformation efforts are underway in the form of increased sanitary regulation.
I know. Okay, here's what I know from watching this video.
That's awful.
Here's what I know from watching this video.
Yeah.
At least one of the people running shit within the SCP Foundation is the dad from Everybody Hates Chris.
That's $1.09 in the trash. That's $2 on fire. That's 49 cents of spilt milk dripping all over my table. Somebody gonna drink this milk.
Right. Yeah.
This is some shit his cheap ass would come up with.
Sometimes we criticize some of the subtle problems in the SCP universe, and we get pushback because people are like, well, technically, blah, blah, blah. You know, they're like really deep in it. But like, if you guys are not respecting the subtle inhumanity in their decisions, you're not experiencing all that SCPs have to offer.
Yeah, because people were coming at me crazy because I said, hey, y'all should find a better way to fix things with that deer god than to sacrifice babies to it.
Where's the guy? Well, we had to make the thing, the process. They're literally sacrificing babies.
They're murdering children. I don't know what you want me to do.
Now, are they doing it to subdue a god? Yes. Do you gotta crack some eggs? Sure. We're just saying they don't have to be baby eggs.
Yeah.
Same thing with this. Now, is there a process with it that they gotta feed all these people? You know, it does answer the question, but you know, with the SCP Foundation, if they offer you lunch, you shouldn't fucking eat it.
I'm so upset.
So thanks for that. A god for pigs. And that literally is the worst possible ending. I don't care at all about the K-class scenario. That's gross. Off we go. We'll see you.